Pokemon Philosopher, Chapter 3, Part 2. Know more about those fusions. Not fusions, something else we call it. Alchemon. We're gonna know more about the Alchemon. And after we just got a muck added to our party, then things will get a bit more interesting. But let's cross the bridge when we get to it. Episode 14, Terror of the Tomb. A Spiritomb, perhaps? Or maybe a new Pokemon. The Dunsel Woods.
Right, now that we've left the starting line, let's head deeper into this binary hole. In order to encounter this next Alchemon, we're going to have to visit a place in the Woods of Dunkel, one of the three biomes of the region. I'll go into more detail about it in another arc, but long story short, these are basically tricked out sections of the world map with incredibly powerful Pokemon if you look deep enough. You're also going to have to explore these biomes in order to trigger some story elements, so be careful whenever you do. This one in particular has not only two landmarks that you can explore, but also a town called Cogsmith where you can battle the local gym leader. But again, more on that in another arc.
Yeah,
as for the local Pokemon you can find around here, well, there's a lot.
So, anyway.
But some examples are these newbies, which include Deer Voyance, so you can catch that if you want to.
Nice.
As well as all of these oldies, which includes Cleathor, a Pokemon that was thought to be extinct.
Yeah, Hitsunian
well,
Pokemon.
It is in its former home, the Sinnoh region, but it now thrives here in the Revolu region.
Hey, nice to know it's not dead everywhere,
There are some other new Pokemon that you can find around these parts, but unfortunately, they will not be revealed in this arc. So, again, you're going to have to watch another one in order to find out.
We're missing out on a lot.
I can show off a couple of them, though. Like this one. Or should I say two. These guys are Dolduo, the mannequin Pokemon. Said to be two ghosts possessing two identical dolls, they are always found in pairs, always mimicking each other's moves flawlessly. Anyone who attempts to copy alongside them will be caught in their trance. Those who follow these Pokemon into the woods are never seen again. A little scary, I know, but they should make a pretty decent team member if you choose to add them.
Charlie.
Also, we've got a handful of other Spectres to show off today, so try to rally your courage, because you're gonna need it.
Can we play with this trainer, I meant to say?
Player, you decide to show up again. Thank goodness. Anyway, I've gotten a few reports that an Alchemon would be located somewhere around here in the Dunkel Woods. Something about scaring off some of the locals or something with terrifying shrieks. Yeah, sounds unsettling, I know, but that's why we're here. To try and find it. I requested if one of the gym leaders could give us some clues. They've lived in the woods of Dunkel most of their lives, so they know what they're talking about. Hopefully. On another note, how's that Alchemon that you obtained back at the power plant?
Fine, although it refuses to battle. And maybe it hurts to battle or something?
I see. Mind if I take a look at it then?
Usual suspicious. Like what happens, like, you tell the command and it's like,
Alright,
no.
What's the matter with you?
Refuses to attack or something.
I see.
Or just won't come out.
Well, player, it looks like your Melmuck here doesn't like battling. You may have earned its trust, but it doesn't seem interested in conflict.
It's a pacifist!
The only reason why it attacked us back there probably was because it was stressed. All Pokemon have their reasons for lashing out, which only makes me wonder what exactly Clover did to him. Anyway, looks like you won't be able to use it in Pokemon battles, but he should still prove useful to you.
Apparently, I
Sarah's right.
Made sure it
Melmuck, as well as all the other Alchemon that you will find throughout this arc, are basically ride Pokemon for this game.
Oh, really?
Similar to Legends Arceus, you can bring them out and they'll help you in the overworld. Melmuck, for instance, can use its large arms to smash through boulders, allowing you to find hidden goodies like more alchemist stones, or find hidden pathways. All the Alchemon will give you some sort of advantage in the overworld, so make sure to keep that in mind as you progress through this hypothetical game. Oh, hey there, my dear. I apologize if I was late. Got caught up in my work again. And these woods.
Please tell me she uses her hair as a
I'll never
paintbrush.
get tired of them. Oh, that's alright, Mom.
Mom!
Player, this is Soren, the local gym leader. She's here to point us in the right direction. Soren, this is Player. They'll be assisting me. Well, it's nice to meet you, Player. Although,
I so wish I could battle you, but you didn't choose that arc.
before.
Keep rubbing it in.
You remind me of a challenger. Have you been to my gym by any chance?
Maybe?
Probably nothing. So, what would you like to know, my dear?
We don't know about the
you
orders,
see,
so it's
Mom,
possible we did go there already,
Player
or we
and I
haven't.
are journalists, and we've heard strange rumors about a mysterious Pokemon terrorizing the locals, especially at night. Would you happen to know anything?
Innocence checker.
Well, I may be an old-timer, but I know a thing or two about strange. As a matter of fact, I believe I might know what you're talking about. A while ago, a trainer came around these parts with one of those Alcamon. I can't recall what they looked like, I didn't see their face, but I think they had black and red hair. Anyway, I may not be fond of those things, but that man was an absolute brute. He treated that Alcamon quite poorly. I actually felt sorry for it. But a while ago, he disappeared right into these woods, and I haven't seen him since. After that, those mysterious cries you referred to started happening. I guess that was the Alcamon you're looking for. Do you have any idea where it is now? Where exactly? No, but I believe if it would be anywhere, I would have to say Connor's Manor, that's it. It's not too far from here. You should be able to make it there before dark.
Alright.
If I was a distressed Pokemon, that's where I would go. Yeah,
If I knew
as
what a
far
Connor
away from
was.
people as possible.
Well, we're going to
Safe
Connor's
bet.
basement, so
Wait,
no, it's close to a
Manor?
person as possible.
Where?
Manor, not basement.
Never
When I say
mind.
basement.
Thank you, Mom. This is great info. Thank you so much. We'll take it from here. My pleasure, my dear. Although, if you are checking out the Connor's Manor, I would recommend being
That
very
is really interesting. I
careful.
don't think we've ever had a
There are many
mother
dangers in that
who was
area.
a gym leader
Lots
before.
of
I know we
ghost-type
had a
Pokemon
father
that
with
would love to jump out and
Norman,
scare you
but
at
I don't know
any
about
moment.
mother. Correct me if I'm wrong, like I'm sure the
I'm
anime
sure
did
we can
something
handle
or
a
something,
few
or maybe one of the
ghosts.
adventure mangas.
Come on, player, let's go. I just hope this Pokemon isn't the one that I'm thinking of.
What
The
Pokemon are
idea
you thinking
of that
of?
thing still being out there sends shivers down my spine.
What is it? No, I know what it is. She's thinking of Clank. The idea of that Pokemon existing sends shivers down my spine.
Well, here comes the spook factor. The Connors Manor is an abandoned location deep within the woods of Dunkel.
Our consciously
It was said to be
obligated
owned by
spooky
a
area.
scientist who had the place built all to himself. This was so he could focus on his work in peace. Unfortunately, this left him to become obsessed with being alone. He rarely ever left the mansion, and one day, he never left it again.
What led him
Now
down
the
this
place has
path?
been
He
left
worked
to rot
customer
with only
service.
ghost-type
Oh,
Pokemon calling
it all
it
makes
home,
sense.
as well as the Alcamon we're here to investigate. My goodness. Player. Since the Alcamon isn't around here, it could be
imagine that
somewhere
owl would be a
inside of the
Noctowl.
mansion, so
Or
make
some
sure
other
to
owl Pokemon
stay
that's
together
really
and be on your guard. The trainer who left it here could also be around too. Maybe. Just let's just stay together, okay?
Keep an eye open for Gengars. Are you scared?
Come on, let's just go. We're burning daylight, and I do not want to be around after dark. It'll make investigations a nightmare.
But it's pretty creepy.
I can see now why Sarah's so keen to leave. This dungeon's a bit of a pain to traverse through. Basically,
it'd be
you'll
like
have
that
to
one
look
mansion
through
black
the
and white
entire
too.
mansion in order to
constantly
find
changing
clues to
rooms
get the
and stuff.
location of the Alchemon. All the while, you'll have to deal with the locals, each clue you find giving you a surprise encounter. As for what Pokemon can be found in this place, here are some of the newbies you can find, which includes Paling for the first time, so this is your chance to capture one yourself.
Nice.
And here are some of the oldies.
Of course,
Other than that,
but
well,
the ghosts
here's
are
another new
what the heck is
encounter
that candle
which you
dog
have
thingy?
just got
Must
to
be Gen
see.
9.
This
Another
is the
Yamask
spirit
regional
Pokemon,
variant?
Revolution Yamask. Though, to be honest, I think the name Mask isn't really fitting with this guy. They're said to
but
be
Ya
the spirits
TV
of
doesn't
people
sound as
who
good.
died while watching television. And because of this, parents will often tell their kids, if you watch too much television, you will turn into a Yamask. They're very zoned out in comparison to their other regional counterparts, and often
They
don't
don't actually say their name. All
they
they
have a
shout
new
is
signature
prime
ability
time,
called
bitch.
La La Land, which does work very similarly to their original signature, Mummy, only it also confuses the target. So if you want to add these guys to your team, just keep that in mind.
Assuming it has a Coffagregus form. It's just an interesting regional variant. I like it.
This place feels like it goes on forever.
It's more than the
clues
shit
do
and
we
sword
need to
Yamask, that's
find?
for sure. Muh. That it was annoying to evolve.
Player, why are you looking at me like
Stupid.
that?
Never mind.
Is
Focusing
this
on the
because you
video.
still think I'm scared? Listen to me. I've dealt with much worse while working for iPad, believe me. Luca and I have seen stuff that you wouldn't even begin to imagine. Things that only your nightmares would come up with, so trust me,
Just your
I
gears
believe
turning
I
in the
can handle a
background.
little mansion like that. Who's there?
A Trevenant banging on the window.
Probably just another ghost-type Pokemon playing.
Ooh. The hell? That's a
Jesus,
reasonable
that
reaction.
came out of nowhere. This big boy is
Dulmera.
Dulmera,
So
the
that's what
fusion
we have
Pokemon.
dog because it's here.
And yes, believe
When
it
it
or
gets
not,
spider
this is
legs.
the evolved form of Duo,
Oh.
evolving at level 30. The two Dull Pokemon have fused into one. Though scientists are still figuring out how the heck this evolution is possible. I mean, two small dolls becoming this massive thing. It's just a little hard to believe. Although people have noticed that
Have you seen Magikarp or Feebas?
emanates from this Pokemon.
This one at least you can
Regardless,
somewhat
you
follow
don't
logic.
want to get on this thing's bad side. Though feel free to add it to your team if you're interested.
I don't think I'd be very interested. But if you
Is it gone?
want one on your team, it's fine with me.
Oh, thank goodness.
You
All
okay?
right, fine. I admit it. I'm afraid of ghost-type Pokemon. Happy?
Please, don't worry. I won't tell anyone. Silently builds a team of only ghost Pokemon.
I hope not. Because if you tell Luca about this, so help me, not only will he never let me hear the end of it, but I will personally make sure that your career is cut short.
I got
Sorry.
scissors right here.
Oh, look.
Or scissors of
isn't it a clue?
Pokemon now. Well, there's Scizor, but, you know, like the
Photograph?
actual scissors.
Wait, is this... I knew it.
What did you find?
Oh, nothing relevant at the moment.
Bollocks.
Maybe. Look,
I
let's just
say
find
that's
that
the
alchemist Pokemon.
straight up
I think
balderdash.
we'll be able to
Absolute
figure out where
poppycock.
it is now that we've gathered enough information. And now that I'm adding it all up, oh, I am not going to like it.
Well, what is it? And who was phone?
The graveyard. Why does it always have to be the graveyard?
It's a
Forgive
spooky
me,
area.
player. I normally don't complain, but if we have to come back here another night, I don't think I can take it.
Oh, there's a Raticate shrine there.
Is that?
The professor.
It is. It's Mr. Nicholas.
Sorry, Mr. Nicholas.
Okay, Clover was one thing, but Mr. Nicholas himself, that can't be a coincidence.
Right?
They're hiding something. I know it.
Something clearly.
He's beginning to leave. Come on, player. Let's fall.
There's an Alchemon in here.
Strange. Do you smell something burning?
Blue flame. What's the Alchemon? Imagine. Ooh. The hell was that? Terror of the Tomb. Mighty
Introducing
Stone.
Project Purgatory.
Mighty Anna
Mighty
and
Stone.
something.
A bit of a lame name for a cool design.
Yeah, but
keep
that's
in mind,
Pokemon.
Nicholas did name all of these Alchemon, and it doesn't appear that he's the most creative.
Nah.
Anyway, this Pokemon is a fusion of Mighty Anna and Houndstone. The attempt was to
Okay,
make an
so
Alchemon
that's the Gen 9
that
thing I didn't know
simply
about.
looked cool for publicity's sake.
To be
However,
fair,
Houndstone is
that's a
usually
good
very
reason.
chill Pokemon, while Mighty Anna is a very angry one. The result? The Pokemon is restless, feeling almost no other emotion other than hate and anger. The Pokemon burns with a fiery passion, and even has a signature move, Wrathful Flame, a Ghost-type move that also doubles as a Fire-type move. It will use that signature to charge at you during your
What
battle
kind of
with
an
it,
HM
and will
thing
dig
could this
underground
thing
in an
be?
attempt to
Are we
surprise
gonna
you.
add some, like,
It's
using,
mainly
like,
a
burn
physical
vines
Pokemon
or
though, so
something
as long
to
as you
get
keep
through
your
a
distance,
section?
you'll be able to find an opening.
They were
Just keep
they
an
were
eye out for
adding
any of the
more
other
HMs
Pokemon
this
it will
time
summon
on.
to try and heed your progress.
Yeah, they're stable
That
to go
being
like
these
defog
little
and
guys,
stuff.
Gravienna, their pre-evolution. Due
Oh,
to the
boy.
melding of DNA, it is
That's kinda
also
cool.
pretty angry, but it's also blind, so it mostly spends
I
its
still can't
time
believe these
underground.
Alchemons have pre-evolutions.
Though, of course,
That
being
just
a
messes up
hybrid,
another
it's
level.
nowhere near as good as Houndstone. Still,
Naturally.
if you trod on him by accident, you'll be caught in a burst of fire, which may leave you open to Mighty Stone's attack, so be careful. Otherwise, you'll be dragged into the grave with them.
Yeah. It's a cool Alchemon, though. Yeah, wants to join our party.
Now that we've
Alright, well,
calmed
if we
this
just
Alchemon
glorify
down,
HMs, I guess it
at least
doesn't
a
go
little,
against my
we'll be able to use its
craving or
claws
whatever.
to
I don't
dig
know.
up certain areas.
Or my rules of
We'll
not
even be
getting
able to ride on its back,
using it.
making traversing incredibly easy. It's both
Oh.
a free ride and a treasure hunter.
Don't know if I want to ride on. Oh, oh, okay, it's a treasure hunter. That's its
There
thing.
you go again. Even with a Pokemon as distressing as that, you're able to befriend it with no trouble at all.
It's like I'm the main character or
Impressive.
something.
Anywho, now that that's dealt with, let's see if we can... Ah, bugger, he's gone! Ah, well. I don't think he noticed us. Ah, well.
Hopefully, he didn't know.
At least this
If he
confirms
finds
that
out,
they're up to
out that
something.
we're on his tail, he's gonna
And
be. He's
A
gonna be
little
on,
suspicion I had.
less likely to screw up. What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's an old photograph. I found it while we were in that mansion. And look who's on it.
Professor Nicholas.
I'm surprised I didn't make this connection before. Nicholas's last name is Connors. Professor Nicholas Connors. This place used to be his home,
This
but
is what he
that
tried to get
can't
away
be
from
right,
people and
can
created
it?
this.
it doesn't look like this mansion has been touched for years.
I wonder if this is somewhat based off of Alistair.
Maybe we should
It
have a
says
chat
alchemy
with
at the end of the
Connors
day.
ourselves. I'm going to ask Luker if he can meet up with me somewhere. See if he can get Mr. Nicholas. As for you,
There's no
player, I want
sense
you
for
to
it be
take
based
over
off of
while I'm
Alistair. What
gone.
am I saying?
Mr. Nicholas has met you in person, has he not? I don't want to risk you blowing your cover in front of him. Plus, considering your level of skill, you should be able to handle at least one Alchemon all on your own. But
I
before
got two
then,
now,
you think
so.
you could guide me out of this place? Well, we did learn a few things today, didn't we? Mostly about Nicholas, but what exactly is he up to, and why was he here earlier? Well,
Who knows?
you'll just have to find out next time as our journey through Revolu continues.
I'll check that out next week. I did not think when we were taking the Alchemon on, we'd also be taking on the HM, so that's an interesting way of doing it. So, the Alchemon are not party members, they're HMs. I wonder how that works with the fusion thing, like, are the story required ones the guaranteed HMs and the rest are just ones you choose to add to your party? Or can they be HMs too? Like, can you, like, let's say, get fly early. I guess not, because I imagine they give you like a bird Pokemon, they wouldn't give you the other half of the Pokemon that can give you fly until later in the game. But I imagine early on you probably could get the Muck to get like Rock Smash or Strength, or you could do it yourself by combining the right two Pokemon. You probably wouldn't get any of the strongest of like Surf, for example, but yeah, you'd probably get some ones that were the easier low levels of like Rock Smash, Strength, so on and so forth. Yeah, that makes sense. God forbid we get, and then one of them's a joke when it's the Fog. It does basically nothing. It does nothing but make you go, why is this an HM? Because Gen 4 sucked. I'm kidding, mostly. But yeah, catchphrase. Interesting. More revelation in this one. Got more spooky stuff in this one, too. I regret not having the lights out like I do for Twisted into Memories, but no turning back now, right? Dr. Nicholas wrote Revelation is interesting, though. So that means he decided to be a hermit, to be all by himself, and it was... I guess that's how he created the Alchemon. Who knows how many Pokemon he experimented on. Heck, the Pokemon that could be rummaging around, maybe some of those were his former science experiments. Or he just abandoned the place and they decided, and nature took over it. That could be the case too, but you know, I can have my headcanons. Hell, that Dolmera was probably... Hell, maybe that's how the Dolmera thing came to be. Maybe it was just Nicholas playing God and trying to create his own Pokemon in a sense, or maybe he was while he was making Alchemon, he somehow created a new evolution. Or this one was genuinely by nature. I laugh at the fact that the scientists are being like, well, this seems highly improbable. How would this thing evolve? Have you seen half of Pokemon's evolutions? I mean, some of them make sense, like frickin', I don't know, Pikachu evolves into a big Raichu, which is just a bigger Pikachu or something, or like, I don't know, the Charmander and his Charizard line, that's mostly reasonable, like, it makes sense, but then you have one that just makes you go, what? And of course, now now that I'm talking about it, I can't think of one off the top of my head. Ugh, go figure. Like, some of them are simple, like Skunky just becomes a bigger skunk, but then you get your head scratched, like again, the Magikarp and the Feebas, where it's like, hello, small fish that becomes giant sea serpent because screw you, it's symbolic. Or maybe it's just bollic. Or here's one, a magnet that turns into a flying saucer if you have if you have your right disc. When a trade. Yeah, all the trade Pokemon. This thing seems like a crime against science. Looks at every trade Pokemon ever. Why do you need to trade? I mean, I guess that's more scientific, but how does that scientifically work with nature? Because screw you and your science. Also, what are you doing with science in here? That's in the last region. I just laugh at the idea of science in this universe. It's like, good luck making sense of any of this. It's magic, you don't have to explain it. But whatever. I'm going off a whole other tangent. It's too late. So, yeah. I'm going to check out Chapter 3 next week, and by then Chapter 4 will already be out, and I can look forward to that. And I don't know how many chapters are going to be in this section. I don't know if Esco does either, but... okay, no, he probably knows, just... because he's probably prepared this ahead of time. It's just funny. I don't know how many there's going to be. Maybe like 9 or 10. I'd say around 10 at the most. I imagine we would get to the double digits, but I think we'd just like get to 9 or 10 and then stop. Because like 10 would be the finale of this arc and then we move on to the next one. That's just how I see it. Like, that's my maximum I would expect. I don't think we're going to get to episode 15 of the Alchemon arc. No. But cross the bridge when we get to it. Oh, and, no change to team. I'm not catching the doll thing on the Fletcher, of course. No. And, I guess since Muck didn't join can't join the party because he's an HM, just, if I said take out a party member, then don't. So, never mind. Yeah. So, Until next time, good work, S Code Knights, and later.